Welcome back. It's me, David, and we are in the midst of playing Disco Elysium. And we are completely incompetent, it seems. Let me speak with this gentleman here. He looks how I feel. A man is sleeping at the table, wearing mud-caked boots and rolled down overalls. The back of his shirt reads Wild Pines, encircled by a logo with a tree. On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medication. I don't think we're at the point we should start stealing from people. You gently shake his shoulders, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room. So be it. I won't steal from him. Let's talk to this lady here.
Hello, sweetie.
Cryptozoologist. Interesting.
You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting.
She nods towards the man in the orange bombered jacket. Kim Kitsuragi. A bespectacled man in an orange bombered jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in a greeting. Shake his hand.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Precinct 57. You must be from the 41st.
Invent a name for yourself. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be a deep golden orange, like forest fire looming on the horizon. But mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath, you're 2 steps closer, but there are still many to go. It is not time yet.
Okay then.
He processes the information, then disregards it.
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied. You mean him? Nod towards the cafeteria manager. Yeah, I just talked to him.
If you don't mind, we should talk to him again. Ask him for a rundown of the area. Now that I'm here as well. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
I have not.
Okay, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree?
I can either be honest or just, I think it's there. I think the correct answer is to be evasive because I haven't observed it yet. I don't like dead bodies.
Sure, but did you take it down from the tree?
No.
So the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree. Well, there's nothing I can do about it, so it's better than lying to him.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner.
Let's get going then. After you, officer. Boy, shouldn't I have a badge or something? If you're about to mark an investigation, do you have a badge? I mean, it wasn't on me when I woke up. Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I advise you to try to locate it as quickly as possible, but getting the body down should still take precedence. Lieutenant Kim Tsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by clicking on him. This is really great this is a bit of an advantage because I've been honest with the guy.
Yes?
Tell me about the case. What do you want to know? Would you say this is a mysterious case? The lieutenant considers your question a moment before answering. No, it's not a particularly mysterious case. Why not? The lieutenant shrugs. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labour dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. Let's not make ourselves foolish. Oh my word. White male in his 40s, what more do you need? I'm relieved that you agree, he says, then pauses. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? That's all I have for now. Good. Leave. Okay, let's have a look at my stuff. That is a stupid quest. I won't be doing it. You need to find a sufficiently tragic tape. That's not. These don't matter. Interview cafeteria manager. Inspect victim's body. Report your badge is missing. Alright, so the first thing is the body. That will be our first most important thing. Let's just go in here though. The door is bolted. A sign reads kitchen reserved for personnel until 1 PM. Does he have any skills or do I just have him here? Okay, that's fine. I need to get better clothes at some point. This is a disaster. The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
He looks to you, realizing he still doesn't know your name. Say nothing.
Right. Now, I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene. It also took you a while to call us and report the dead body. It was you who placed the call, yes?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
He looked behind a pile of coasters, finds a slip of paper, and hands it to the lieutenant.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What? Of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are. But as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective?
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions. Right then, questions, I've got this. His face expresses profound doubt in your having this. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa. Useful. Where exactly is the body? Behind this building there's a courtyard. He points to the kitchen behind him. They hoist him up on a tree there. And how do we get there then? That's easy. See the door there? He points to the west. First you exit through that, then to your right. You should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. That's a reference. that's a reference and a half. Why did Sylvie go away? She went away because none of your business. Have they been telling you? Have they not been telling you you're a cop? Am I not a cop? Everything is my business. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back, and because I asked for her number, and that's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that. The lieutenant opens his little notebook at the cover. The number is safely tucked away in a small pocket. Thank you, he says. Didn't go well. I asked an employee out. She didn't want to come, but I felt obliged to. It was a bad idea. Now, what is so goddamn fascinating about that for you? It's got nothing to do with the lynching. I just didn't want to say mystery solved. This stuff gets on my nerves. I am a feminist. Well, I don't think being a feminist means that you should get mad about people asking for phone numbers if it's done appropriately. I guess I like to be thorough. Everything has something to do with everything. I don't know. Everything has something to do with everything. That's very true. There's a lot of innocuous things. That's the same as saying, I guess I like to be thorough. But I don't want to say, I guess. I want to make a statement. Everything is something to do with everything. Good for you. Was something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. Who killed him? I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job. Well, my rhetoric could be going wrong here, so... Before you said they hoisted him up on a tree, what did you mean by they? Probably third person impersonal, would be my guess. But might as well ask. Oh. People are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. Who exactly is saying that? The locals, customers, the people who eat here. A lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it. Interesting. Very interesting. Did the débardeurs themselves tell her this, or is it a rumour? It's like, why so much French? I guess this is kind of like a New Orleans kind of place, maybe? I don't know. Or is it a rumour? I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. Why would the dock workers lynch this man? I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do. Well, boredom does lead to murder. That's a well-known fact. You mean the strike? Yes, the strike. He makes little quotation marks with his fingers. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The Unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. I have another question. That's all. Nice. Let's go. Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. I don't owe you shit. I'm not going to try that. What's real? Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real. He pronounces the R with a mock aristocratic accent. Real, I guess. The IIR, or Intersolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money. Oh, I understand. You mean I owe you money. Wow, you're a genius. Yes, that's right. Money. You owe this establishment 130 real. He points to the red ledger on the counter. But what exactly is money? I've got 0.4 real, so... What are you, philosopher? No, I'm just getting my bearings. Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or... He peeks into the ledger. Or 8 bottles of potent blend and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We'll use it for everything, really. Proceed and show him the coins you found. Is this money? Yes, it is. That's 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 40. I'm down to 90, right? No, you see, there's a tinge of sadness voice. That's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Okay. The cafeteria manager stands silently looking at the coppers on the counter before him. Isn't it evil? The orders of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have. Keep it to yourself and pick up the coins. There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. What happens now? He turns to the lieutenant. I'm sorry, but he has to pay. I can't let him stay here any longer if he doesn't. If he doesn't have the money by tonight, then... He shrugs. Officer, maybe you're better off working this from home for now. You live in Jamrock, right? It's not that far away. Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here? I remember this. I don't remember where my home is. Isn't there somewhere else I can stay around here? You mean somewhere else to run up a huge debt? I don't think so. The union squeeze most places out of business to fund the strike. You're better off home. I don't remember where my home is. I'll see what I can do. I'm sorry I couldn't help more. Creases line his forehead, above the spectacles. You should take this up with your station. I have a shortwave radio in my car, okay? We have to get this investigation started now. The man wants to say something, then thinks better of it. Good luck. Now. Oh, hold on. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. Do I even have one? But you have been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. I don't know. Near? South maybe? Far away? Up on that's a very deliberate. Up on Marvel Hill. Why did you say that? These are just synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. The name must have some meaning for me. I'll ask Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Do you know a place called Marvel Hill? No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to. That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? Hobocop is not the option. Thought gained. Lonesome long way home. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Okay. Is that more important than Guillaume le Million? Which, by the way, that artwork is spectacular. Should I really be researching Guillaume le Million? I mean, it seems like a massive... I guess I can do multiple. Okay. This will harm my logic forever, maybe. Oh, no, it's when you're having them. Okay. 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 Well. Let's get started on this investigation. The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, use on everything from pinball cabinets to full flavour cigarettes. What are its hallmarks? Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. Why the homosexuals? Wait, where do I get such a crown? No. The idea of a king in a century gone is pretty fascinating. I'd rather know more about the world of today. The contemporary period stands still, the fated carousel of progress that doomed the royalists is itself winding down. Our time is decelerating into what? No one knows. Let's head outside. You got some workers here. The street sign reads, "Fuck the police." Well, goodbye escapism. A heap of snow melts in this wheelbarrow. Pigs go home. The street name is illegible. Now this isn't where I'm supposed to be going, I think. Let's have a... Goods from the lorry haphazardly litter the surroundings. Now I'm very consciously aware that I've got a timer here. And stuff is just ticking away. So I'd like to proceed and see if I can make any progress. There's a bin here, let's see if we can find any. There are bottles inside. You could pick them up if you had a bag. Mail collection box. This Posta La Ventura mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffiti. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the front. Leave. I have someone with me. I'm not going to pat a mailbox. Let's get to the murder scene. Rue de Saint Ghislaine. Saint Ghislaine, 8B. Electronic doorbell. Leave. Oh, you can investigate that later. There's a lot to go wrong there. I guess this is the hole. Let's have a gander at this body, if it's still there. I said I hadn't removed it, but there's always a chance somebody else has taken it down. What's up, G?
Kono's got this!
The boy throwing rocks at the dead body can't be older than 12. Oh, he looks like he's from Slough. If there ever was such a thing as an ugly kid, then this is it. He's almost exquisite in his ugliness, like a gremlin.
Oh yeah, Nabakumpi Kuno.
What does that word even mean? A moment of your time, please.
Can't talk, pig! She's coming up strong, throwing rocks!
This brings... scouse. Shit coming up strong. That sounds good. Joyous. You should hang out with this kid and see what that juicy shit is all about. Juicy what now? I mean drugs. The kid's on drugs.
Yeah, Kuno! Ride the lightning, Kuno! Kuno's riding it, see?
He wiped sweat from his brow and sent another rock flying.
The rake, Kuno! You should throw the rake at him, Kuno! The fuck does Kuno know what a rake is? Kuno's not a gardener!
Kim, what should we do?
We shouldn't do anything. I don't tempt such forces.
What
You
forces?
will see.
The language these kids are using, pure unfettered id. There'll be no reasoning with those creatures. I don't have time for this. I actually am going to take that advice. Smells like spoiled meat and curdled dairy. A human being decomposes. The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. This is the logo of the Municipality of Revachol. Way up. Perception. There are several footprints in the mud left by work boots. Anywhere from 6 to 12 pairs have walked here. Thank you, visual calculus. Maybe more than 12. No. 8 pairs of boots have shuffled back and forth in the mud. Go over them one by one. 1 standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, no 46, number 46. Standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. I assume that these are European sizes. 3. Hobnailed work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 43. Standard work boot, number 45 or 46. Wait, which is it? You don't know. It's a miracle you can tell the prints apart as it is. The cold must have preserved them. Count more. 5. Another standard work boot, steel reinforced toes, number 44. An aberration. Light as air. Even pace. Same make of boot, but number 41. Male or female? Impossible to tell. Could also have been an adolescent. The gait is undeveloped. I'm not going to brag to myself. Count the rest. The glowing outline of a standard work boot. Number 46, but the imprints are twice as deep as the others. The weight exceeds 200 kilograms. That individual would have carried the body. And yet another standard work boot, number 44. There's an aberration in the pattern of the sole, however. The right sole is smoother, more worn. How many? The lieutenant has been tracking her eyes' movements. Why would you say that? 8. I was pretty off then, I counted 20. The same guys are going back and forth. I never get the hang of it. Hyperopia. He points to his glasses. Do you see anything out of the ordinary? Let's see. A light step, number 41 shoe. A woman or a kid? I don't think there's any way to be sure. Understood. Anything else? A heavy one, 200 kilogram imprint. 200? He thinks for a moment. Could it be the combined weight of 2 people, one carrying the other who's tied up? Let's say a heavily built worker carrying a similarly built soon-to-be-dead man. He might be right. 200 kilograms of living weight is unlikely. Extremely obese at 200 kilos is unlikely. 150 to 180 kilograms is like the upper limit you'll find. One of them was carrying him over. Probably yes. The lieutenant marked something down in his notebook. That is that because unless he was walking with them, but then that would have shown if he was unwillingly dragged or moved, it would show up in the prints. But why? You're thinking, why did they have to carry him? Yes, they could have used a makeshift stretcher or just marched him up to the gallows. Maybe the victim refused to walk to his own lynching. Maybe the victim wasn't conscious. I mean, that's pretty obvious, but maybe the victim wasn't. Even easier to carry on a stretcher between 2 men. Anyway, it's a future consideration. What else can you see? I want to revisit that. Maybe one of them was carrying him over. Why? Maybe the victim refused to his own lynching. You have a point there. He clicks his pen, thinking for a moment. Anyway, it's something to consider. Okay, I just need to bear it in mind. An aberration. One soul is smoother than the other. Interesting. Let's name it the odd soul. Do you here have any ideas, Lieutenant? Someone operating a workbench with a pedal? Like a joiner at the harbour. He thinks for a second. Or maybe a drummer. I don't want to shut it down, so let's be polite. So one of the people we are looking for is a drummer. No, it's not. Forget I said it. We're not looking for a drummer. He raises his index finger. Perhaps it could be a driver. A driver would wear out their right shoe before the left. The accelerator is on the right. Hold on. Oh no, yeah, the gearing's the same. It's just different seating. Nod thoughtfully. We should keep our eyes open around the traffic jam. See whether anyone strikes out as a potential suspect. Seems prudent, no? Yes, prudent. The lieutenant writes the information down in his notebook, then reverts to the tracks in the mud. How old do you think these tracks are? A week, maybe? 7 days would fit the time frame provided to us by the caller who reported the hanging. It is not impossible. I pulled last week's forecast for coastal Revical. 7 days below freezing. The day before, the day of his hanging, was the last warm day. Correct again. Sub-zero temperatures would preserve the tracks in a good state. The commotion here could have taken place a week ago. What do you think happened here? What do I think? A mob of people brought something heavy to the tree. One of them was carrying the victim. They shuffled around, especially under the tree. Then, after hoisting him up, they stood in a semicircle facing his direction. At first glance, this appears to be a lynching. Indeed, they all stood in a row here and looked at the tree. Yes, everything fits so well. Carried him over, hoisted him up, watched him hang. This is easy. I think we have a firm understanding of what happened here. The lieutenant's eyes narrow. He's thinking to himself. Either way, he concludes, what else? We've been through all of it. Let's deal with the body shortly. Magnesium, alright. Somebody is trying to grow herbs in the greenhouse. The winch mechanism has been oxidizing for some years. I can't get over there. Ooh. Pile of eternity. Of etonite. An inconspicuous pile of the roofing material. Etonite. I may retry it. What is this? It's nothing. Someone just left some roofing material slant against an old shack. Glad you asked. When junior researcher Alari Tal invented etonite in the Vartner Polytechnic Institute some 30-odd years ago, he thought it would last forever, hence the name etonite. Sadly, the only lasting thing turned out to be the material's highly carcinogenic effect. Great. Let's have a think. Failure. Well, I healed morale. I didn't need to heal. Let's... Cool, Sylvia. How's this all going? Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay. Right. I wonder if Kim's got anything to say.
Yes?
Oh, what's this? The trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says whirling in rags. Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash container. The body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death. How do we get the lock open? You could try using a pry bar. There's one in my motor carriage. Or, Lieutenant? Or you could ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. You might also have information that is better than the pry bar idea. It is. It's very good. Let's talk to this infant.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
I'm not going to fight a child. So, as much as I want a pry bar, I think the best bet is to ask the manager for the key and go from there. Also, good lord, I am disgusting. Well, let's ask this individual if they know anything.
The RCM and Martinez? What can I help you with?
I have some questions for you.
Of course. What can I help you with?
No, nothing relevant to the case. Nothing relevant to the case. Is that his motor car? Oh man, these cars are awesome. Before he stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery bearing the number 57. Vapour emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion, the Capri Kanema motor carriage. In the cabin you're welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Pull out the pull-out toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organised. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. I don't want to take all of his stuff. I will take... I don't need anything at the moment. So I'll put it back. I'll leave. I want to maintain a healthy working relationship with this gentleman, so... let's try and keep things nice and orderly. Some great tectonic forces have cracked the pavement like an eggshell. The damage looks like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Can I just sit down? The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting. The lieutenant looks down the street. We can sit on benches after we solve the murder. Let's go. Thank you, tutorial agent. The key detail here is that I am actually keen on doing this properly. I get the feeling you can just muck around. Not what I want to do. Revachol. Oh, it is Dutch. Oranje. Like Schiphol. You know, like Revachol. Revachol. Oranje. Yeah. That's really cool. Can I help you? He arches an eyebrow. Is the trash container out back yours? Mine? No, it belongs to the whirling in rags. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out, that's why. And the neighbours too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. I wonder what this feeling is. We need those keys. What do you need them for? It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. There we go. Tally-ho. I will need a pry bar eventually, but not now. Okay, it's just you have keys or not. I have a map. Oh, that's very nice and convenient. For it to map the skill checks that you can do. Thank you, game. That's very kind of you. Open the padlock with the key. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't, maybe you shouldn't. What's this? Just a feeling. A warning from some part of you. Nope, we're going to open it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. See soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Cool, here we go. Look under the boxes of carton. You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy package somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soliol cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below and turbo noodles, nothing of note, however. Pick up the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. Grab them. As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. Lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odour is faint. If those belonged to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them in here, officer. Kim quickly searches the jeans. Guitar mark. Blue jeans, pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt too, a wide belt. The loop appears stretched, but he looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here. Reach for it. A drab long-sleeve shirt, olive-coloured, appears from the food waste dripping with pus. Bag the shirt. This is a military type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib knit shirt that's worn over light armour to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye, but other than that, a thrown out towel, a mug, that's all. Alright, we should get to the guard again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard out. Or that one. He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his stomach had the key. It's just a small loose thread. The lieutenant nods and looks back in the trash container. Search the food waste. It's just organic waste. Cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels, mostly. Unidentifiable sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, what's this? What? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out the forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? Oh no. I don't know what this is. It is, look. He points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've got an autopsy form in there. A miserable looking slip of paper sticks to the board. Oh no. If you don't mind asking, how did this get in here? I'd rather not talk about it. Someone from the whirling threw it in the trash? I don't know, I'm boring. Boring? Try dangerous. You should do a thorough inventory of that. Be sure some has not fallen into the hands of the RCM's enemies. Organised crime or worse. Official notes sometimes contain informants' names, even under cover operatives. Okay, I'll do that. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see, or are we finished? The mug. Gonna take the mug. You pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? Only in its social sensibility. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Leave. Okay. Oh, I can just... Okay. The yellow man mug. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read in here, actually. Look at all that content. Yep. Oh boy. Here we go. Jeez. Here we go. What are we going to say about a broken, tossed away mug that you dug out of the garbage? This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use an example of what not to do. The mug will be useful when announcing I can earn political capital to mask my badass hustling. Wow. This is an awfully loaded set of things. First of all, yeah, people can laugh at stupid stuff, but stupid old stuff sometimes is no longer appropriate, and you can laugh at the fact that it used to be considered normal, but it's not. Virtue signaling is just pointless. I'm going to push this interface very much, I find. Yeah, that's like, you need the old examples around. But it was in the trash. Why not call it out when you see it, or do some volunteering work? Just finish your case, detective. Yeah, valid. There's my damaged ledger with a banana on it. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Better sort out this body. The corpse looks at you with bulging white eyes. The face around them does not look human. It's swollen and ready to burst. His lips are fish-like and his tongue like a bull gag in his mouth. You seem to be holding your breath. Look down. A cargo belt twists his neck at an unnatural angle. The body below appears stiff. It's letting out an ungodly rot. The smell seeps in even through your clenched nostrils. It's been there for 7 days, buddy. So, I mean, what do you expect? Active decay. The lieutenant raises a white piece of linen to his nose. It's okay to throw up, officer. No one is judging. I'm not gonna get that. The thing is, I need to... What's with his legs, actually? What's on those knees? Is bandaged up or something? I don't know. Endurance legendary. Not gonna make that. The smell is repulsive. More instant, more familiar than anything you'd expect. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within. Let it out. Yeah, just be sick. It's fine. That'll actually help because I've got so much shit in my system. That's some nice meaty Foley. You feel a great force wring you from the stomach. Your body curls and pushes out burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet and your throat stings from the stomach acid. Yeah, let's apologise. It's okay, happens to everyone. The lieutenant hands you his white handkerchief. Keep it. Thank you. Wiping your mouth. Nice. The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head. You think ammonia would help? If you can handle the headache, some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor, but not you. I can't handle the headache. It's more likely he can handle the smell, unlike you. Okay. Okay, where do we get ammonia from? There's Fritte nearby, east of the hostel. They usually have small apothecary. If they don't, he points to the greenhouse. There's a greenhouse here and a gardener with a wheelbarrow on the corner of the whirling in rags. If she works there, she might have something for the smell. Pretty clever, yeah, I would agree with that. Having the ammonia is a modifier to the endurance check. Modifiers make checks easier now to retry them. This kid's ladder is rickety but still climbable. Yeah. I think they hung it. Oh, game. Can't have a wiggly tree with a birdhouse that's static on it. Come on. Right, so. The quest is updated. One must find ammonia. Or somehow just get superior. Just superior everything. Just be better. So, we're going to leave it there and carry on the investigation next time. Thank you so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.